Hola, amigos. ¿Dónde estás la biblioteca?
Burrito Supreme.
That is the right answer. Thank you so much. How are you both?
Doing all right.
Yeah,
Ready to
pretty
start
good.
another week.
Well, welcome to
Yeah.
the 13th month of 2020.
Yeah.
I guess nothing much happened last week, right? So,
Yeah, exactly. So so it's new year, new me.
Yeah.
So
okay, fair point.
unfortunately, not new other people, but new me. So that's
Okay.
So
That sounds good. That sounds good. How is your Monday so far? It's quite early for you too, so.
it's going pretty well. My laptop was acting strange, but we're gonna move past that, and I think we're good now. So the important thing is that everything's working now. So
Awesome. That sounds good. Sorry, I'm just running back a bit on tasks I need to do. So we're going to have to keep talking. I was hoping that the thing about this week or last week in States would warrant at least an hour of debate. But we had our debate on Friday, I guess.
well, my thing is, I was just surprised. Other people were surprised. Like I was like, oh yeah, oh now it happened. Okay. So I was. The reasoning though is what caught me off guard, which was but so many different things that it could have been for, and then they chose that, which I was like, oh, okay, I'm not cool with that. So yeah,
fair point.
So yeah, we live in amazing times, So I feel like the Romans when it was all kind of tumbling down. So this is an interesting time to be here.
You don't have to look that far. Welcome to Eastern Europe in the late 90s.
Oh yeah, that too.
Or actually early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah, but just to kind of like be there, not like just like watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like, oh, it's like right there. Okay. So
yeah,
we live in amazing times.
Of course. Cool. That sounds good. What are we doing today?
We're gonna work on the
words of code and code, right?
Yep.
So cool. That sounds about right. So let me try and find that project. So what did we do? What did we do last week, Dwane? We did the testing, right?
Yes, and all the Ruby stuff, yeah, and then testing, and then able to what was it? We were testing. What was it, like creating the users and stuff? I think it was.
Yes.
And then testing that, and then you had like the different ways of doing it and stuff.
Yeah. But what we want to do now is to switch gears a bit and kind of continue what we did last year, right? So last year, Michael was kind enough to help us get the Node client companion off the ground, as in the Node companion, not the Node client. And we want to take that further and kind of not work on the Rails version anymore, but put everything into the Node, because I think that will be most beneficial to other people. Also, it will allow us to make more progress rather than doing, kind of across different things. Cool. So I have, let me share my screen. What will be useful for us to do today is to go through that Node backend a bit, explain again what sort of decisions we made, why we did it that way, how the files are structured, and so on. And then, so what we did with last year with the Node one, we were using the APIs directly. What we're going to start doing this year, we're going to create a webhook that's going to be linked inside an application that will start receiving events. And through that webhook, we're gonna manage conversations. But before that, we want to make sure that we can synchronize users with the users created inside your application, because that information doesn't come through the webhook, because it's not part of a conversation API. It's gonna vary users inside applications. Does that sound about right?
I think so. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Can share this one. Should I share the entire screen? I think so, because it's It's going to be, maybe I can switch between different things. Cool. So I can make it a bit bigger as well. It's big enough. And also, let's put some music. Some music. in the background.
Folare. Oh, you meant? we're gonna
Oh,
play
sorry,
some music.
Michael.
I'm
Sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm really sorry. Go on.
No. I misunderstood. I didn't realize you were going to play music. I thought you were asking, and
Oh, sorry. I can ask.
I'm always ready. Ready to oblige. I've got the guitar over here. I could bring it down and.
Would you?
Oh no! Heaven forbid. I mean, you've got this music ready to go. I don't want to.
It's okay. We can. I'm sure you're not going to get DMCA or whatever it's called. Can you hear something?
Nothing yet.
Because I can't.
Mm.
Ah. What about now?
No.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Better.
Noreen is in the chat. Hello, Noreen. She's asking if you take requests.
I do.
So-
I do. As long as they don't break the DMCA. We don't want any toss violations.
Yeah, get him to do Britney Spears or something.
No, I don't do Britney Spears. There's a limit.
Let's see.
Hit my breakpoint one more time. They're all coding related. Like, take me home, VS Code.
That's
the
That's
place.
it. Can you hear music now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It was
Michael's like the Weird Al Yankovic of code.
Kind of.
That's actually a good comparison. Yeah. So what
Chris-
happened? What happened
Chris
to
says,
your?
I've heard Michael. No chance of DMCA claims. Wow.
And it's only Monday morning, Michael.
Yeah.
So for those for that person among the audience that doesn't know Michael's show, he does he has a personal Twitch stream where he streams, I think, on Tuesday and Wednesday at the moment. Tuesday, Wednesday,
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. And he has he does lots of cameo appearances and whatnot. So yeah, join him there. He's a bold bearded builder on Twitch.
CLI in chat knows talent when he sees it. I'm just going to say that.
Hey, Greg, as well. Welcome. Hey, Chris.
Hey, everyone.
Hope you have a good start of a week. We're here to initialize your week. So, hence we're Week.init. Cool. Okay, so now we have music. No thanks to Michael. But that'll do. Okay. So this is the project we're going to work on. We had the different clients, we have the server Rails, and we have a backend node. The backend has lots of different things in it. Let's go in order for it. So this is the standard stuff. Ian sample. Oh, okay, this is the one I need to create, right? So I need to duplicate the env sample to create an env that's going to be used by the app. So Postgres database URL. Is this the full URL?
Are you running this in a container?
I'm running this locally. It's probably going to be.
Yeah. Do you have Postgres running locally?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can. I'm just looking out for a tutorial that has the full, because it needs to be in a certain format, right? So let me see. What's happening in the chat?
Well, no, Greg is looking forward to seeing your API key and your private key. So
I thought you already have that, Greg.
Though. Your API credentials to the.
No, this is the local host, so it's always your name and empty kind of password. I was trying to find. So, okay, we'll get back to it. Password sold. Is this just a random string?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use ABC123 because why not? And then the Vonage
song,
app
good
ID. The Vonage app ID is. So I think I have some credentials actually in here. Right. So that's the Vonage app ID, and this is a private key. Is that what I need, or is it a file name?
Okay. I don't remember. I can go look in the code locally. Let me see what I've got on my computer.
No worries. It's okay. I'll because I'm gonna go through it. So okay, cool. So we have that, and then we have we have a package JSON here that has. What does it have? It has Express JWT, JSON Web Token, Postgres. I think UUID we used to generate some random
unique IDs.
identifier.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Axios is to do the API requests, right?
Yep.
And then so just to put a bit of context, I'm not a JavaScript developer. I'm trying to learn JavaScript, so I reeled this to find Jensen with me today to help me understand JavaScript. I've actually spent a bit of time over the weekend doing TypeScript, and I'm quite surprised how good it is. There are lots of pitfalls, lots of places where you can get lost, but as long as you get the right types in and the right kind of descriptions, you can start. So I've started doing something with TypeScript as a way to learn, pretty similar to this, but I don't think TypeScript is what we want to do in this one. It's a bit too far, so I'm going to keep it to JavaScript. Cool. So this one is an Express app. Let me make sure that's. Hey, Mike, UK Maddles, or as we call him, Mike from Birmingham. The other Birmingham and the other Mike.
The original Beham.
Cool.
Yeah,
so this.
Well, yeah,
Good,
I mean, it did come first. So,
but it's more Birmingham. I live in Birmingham. Birmingham.
oh,
It's
is
Birmingham.
the Alabama one named after the UK one, or
It is, yeah.
it is? Okay.
You know
Most
what's
likely.
fascinating is, just coincidentally, I grew up in a little town called Leeds, Alabama,
Okay.
which is located just outside of Birmingham.
So basically, you're saying
Sounds about
Alabama's
right.
like a little UK.
We are.
Makes
Yeah,
sense. The
and
accents are the same.
And
The
little
accent-
known fact, the biggest celebrity to come out of Leeds, Alabama is Charles Barkley.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice.
Is he like one of the sports people?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Sports and television.
I heard of that name before.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like I was a big fan of Charles Barkley. Like
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns and all that stuff. Yeah.
So another little known fact. Back in the day, my family used to own a barbecue restaurant there in Leeds,
Oh, nice.
and Charles would come by all the time. His mom loved our barbecue, and so whenever he was in town, he would swing by the restaurant and hang out with people. He was really generous with his time. It was really cool.
Nice.
I mean, half the time that he left to take his food back to his mom, I'm like, that food has to be cold.
Yeah. Chris is saying Alabama and ES having to take names from UK that UK already had. So
Not too creative here in the States. So
yeah, I think a lot of people that probably left Europe, not necessarily UK, were quite nostalgic of the places they came from. So you almost ended up with New Amsterdam rather than New York for a while, right? So
yeah.
it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, but I guess people can get creative as well, and you have Mobile, Alabama, don't you?
Mobile, yeah.
Mobile, yes, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's American version.
So the size. What's the size of Birmingham? How many people
It's
would you say
it's quite big. It's quite big. I think it's in the millions.
in the millions live in Birmingham?
Yeah, I think so. Together with the suburbs. Mike probably know this better.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Population of Birmingham, UK.
2.6.
2.6 million.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the second most populous urban area after London.
I'm surprised because I was hoping. Well, I was kind of expecting Manchester to be the second most populous.
That's amazing.
The census in 2020 says 2.607.
That's amazing. So like, so that's a lot bigger than the US version. Ours is, I'm gonna guess
25?
around 250,000.
Yeah,
Like an order of magnitude. That's good.
Yeah.
but it's probably not magnitude older as well.
That's
True.
Yeah,
Give it time.
yeah.
Birmingham, Alabama is going to be that next big tech hub.
The greater BHX area is 2 million plus.
Yeah, so it's a bit like London. It's the surrounding areas as well. So they call it the kind of a metropolis area. Metropolitan.
Wow, and even Leeds. Leeds has a population of 1.8 million. It's the fourth most populous urban area.
Interesting.
So is Leeds, Alabama,
It's
180,000?
No, it's a small town. I mean, I'd be surprised if it's more than 5K.
5 people? Just your family.
No. Okay,
Michael
so as of 2010, it was almost 12,000. So I'd guess it's probably 12 or 13.
Yeah.
10 years later, I don't know, maybe 15. Who knows?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Chris says you can drag states and countries over each other at thetruesize.com to compare it. That's interesting.
That's cool.
Truesize.com. Let's have a look.
That's pretty cool.
You want to make sure, that off screen, because it could be all sorts of things.
I'm on it. It looks fine.
Oh, okay.
I misspelled true, so I went up to the wrong.
Whoa. You got to put the in front of it. Okay.
Okay.
Things could go wrong. Oh, you can't do cities though.
Yeah. Who wants to see Greenland versus Africa, just to understand the Mercator projection?
Yeah, well, it looks like they got Greenland pretty right. So it looks like they're they flattened it out.
Greenland is tiny compared to Africa. Look.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Wow. Okay.
So look how big is on the map and how small is it?
Yeah. The Mercator map, is that right? The Mercator map is skewed by the latitude and longitude.
Yeah, it's a projection. I think it's called the Mercator projection.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Chris is saying that his job here is done. No, but it's quite interesting because it explains the political motivation behind it as well. It was commissioned by the Pope to show the states where that had Christianity to be bigger than the other states, and that's why you have a difference like that. That's why Africa is so tiny.
You can't like the way you're dragging it there. That's not the right way to do it, really, because even Africa on that scale is skewed.
No, but it's this one. There's Greenland. The moment you move it,
but you're notice that the white of Greenland, like the gray version, is skewed, right? Because of where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Africa is also skewed, even by where it's at. It's skewed less, but it's still skewed. Like you'd need to bring both of those onto the equator, right onto the middle of the equator to get a true representation. But it's still not way off because Africa is really big.
Yeah.
But like if you were to bring China over the U.S., it looks like it would cover the U.S. It's just interesting when you break them apart.
Yeah, but if you over there, it's kind of the same thing because it changes its shape.
Oh, that's right. It does. It scales it up, doesn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
never mind.
You can see the curvature happening there.
But what's interesting is if you take the U.S. and put it over the U.S., it doesn't fit the shape of the U.S.
Oh, really?
But I thought the world was flat.
Look on Africa. It's already highlighted.
So Alaska is quite big because it's further north, right? So it becomes tiny here. It's
look on the map of Africa. There's a U.S. sitting there without Alaska.
Yeah.
Drag that little blue U.S. over the.
Oh yeah. it's a bit tilted.
Yeah.
But if the shape is fairly, it's just a bit tilted to the left.
Yeah, it's like it's bent a little bit.
Yeah.
What's amazing though is if you scroll it up like over Canada, it's almost the size of Canada.
What's that? The US?
The US.
Yeah.
No,
because they're kind of the same surface, isn't it? It's just Canada shows bigger because it's further north.
Yeah.
And that's the lesson in geography today, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks everybody for coming. We really appreciate it. Next time, we actually npm install.
I don't think we're going to get to npm install in an episode, Michael. Next time we're gonna start drawing maps and pick colors. Okay.
So, did you npm install, Paul, on this?
Not yet. Not yet.
We should do that while we were talking about the map.
Shall I do this? Okay. So let me go to backend nodes.
So in summary, Africa is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much every single country that's around the equator is way bigger than its counterparts that are north or south. And also, there is no land under the North Pole, so I'm not sure where Santa lives. I think it must have got it wrong. I think it's the South Pole with the penguins. Anyway, it looks like I have npm installed in here.
Nice.
But I don't see the folder.
What?
Am I missing something? Oh, it is here. It's not modules. But I can't see it in the left here.
Refresh.
How do I refresh?
It's on the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Client SDK.
Oh, yeah. There you
go.
Yeah, I did this at the top. So
yeah,
there you go.
Cool. That sounds good. So I have npm installed. That's fine. Cool.
Nice.
So the way we structure the application was we have this auth and then the Vonage stuff, right? And the auth is using routes. So what does this require? Is it automatically importing from there and kind of passing it here?
It's bringing in a script from that path.
Yeah.
So this is similar to.
So just like how you at the top you have const express require express.
Yeah. So it's like this, right? And then you put auth here. Is it this?
You could do that.
Yeah, that could work.
So it's okay, but you can do this in one go. So it's actually much simpler. Cool. I like that.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So what's the difference between express with parentheses and express without parentheses? Is this creating a new object? Is that the constructor?
It's a constructor.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have auth and Vonage as routes. So So I'm guessing you're exporting the auth routes, okay? So this gets. So you're creating a router, and then you add the routes, and then the routes are added to the application using this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. And then this one does, I think, I remember when you did this and you separated in different files, and it was quite nice because you have separation of concerns and you can test and whatnot. So this is the sign up. What else do we have in here? We have a login. Sign up and login. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So for sign up, you need username, password, name. I actually wanted to ask you about this one because you can have anything under body, right? So if a body is not an object that has these different properties,
mm-hmm.
those will become null. You don't get some.
Yeah, I think they're undefined. Is that right, Dwane?
Yeah, I think they come up undefined. Yeah. I think you have to actually set null.
Okay, but if you have what's happening if the body, for example, it's an array, will that still work? Or
no, they'll come up undefined.
So anything, literally, as long as it's not in that format, will be undefined.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Cool. And then we validate them, and if we have any errors, we send them back,
mm-hmm.
and then we create the user.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's right.
Shouldn't we check the user first?
We'll go in to create Vonage user.
It's in another file. That's why it does this. I don't like the
Mhm.
colors. I'm guessing this is in the data.
You can still
right?
do that and then
Vonage
click
is
on
in
expand.
Vonage. Yeah, it's this one. Create Vonage user.
Mhm.
So this is the API call to create Vonage user. Okay. That's why we call it Vonage user, because it's on the API call.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds good. Okay.
So check that validate sign up parameters.
Yeah. I think it just validates the. It doesn't go to the database.
Okay, I was wondering if it checks to see if it's already there.
No, I think this just validates the parameters that they are the right format, not necessarily the validity of it. So, but I think what happens is if you already have a user. Actually, let's go in here. If you, I'm going to open this in a separate file.
Well, that would
I'm gonna
fail,
close
right? I mean,
these.
that would fail. That response would fail if you tried to post it again.
Yeah.
And then we just return out the error.
Yeah. So I think that's what we said we wanted, right? Because if you already have a user, you can't sign up again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So, okay. Okay, that's fine. Probably do we want to push some of the details through? Okay, well, it doesn't matter, but base and error. Okay. And then we create the user in the database using the ID that we get back and the username, name, and password. And we have a user like that. Okay. And then the status, the user status. Okay. So what's the user? So the status comes from that database library, right? So I think it existed means it wasn't inserted. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it wasn't inserted. It already existed in the database.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then we generate a JWT token, and then we return it together with the user info. Cool. And the user. Okay. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. We created this create user, right? It's in the data thing here. So create user is actually looking at the database first. It finds the user first. So it looks in the database to see if it is there first, and that's why the status is existed. So I think the user is something we create. It's not actually a third-party library. Yes, I remember now. Because that's why we have a status there, and we set it to existed.
Yeah.
And identify user is literally finding the user. No, identify user is logging in the user. The find user is finding the user in the database. Yeah. So this one has just the username, and we use the username as the. This is one thing we said we wanted to do, because we messed up. We messed up the naming. We use username and name, and we should use name and display name. So I think that's what we want to do as a first step, just to have the same naming conventions as the conversation API. Excuse me, so we don't go into issues. Is that right? Am I thinking right?
It sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Cool. I think we did it the right way on the Rails one, Dwane. Remember we were saying that. I think initially we did it exactly like this, and then we said no, hold on, let's go back.
Yeah.
Because it's. Thank you, CLI 5H, for joining us. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Cool.
The Pink Floyd avatar.
Yeah, it's. Is it the Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
Yeah. So make sure you sign up, you subscribe, or follow us, whatever the nomenclature is, so you know when we're streaming next. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so that's one thing we wanted to do. Do we have a README here where we can add this sort of things? We have a README in here.
Put one just in the actual directory. In the back
Yeah.
end, you're coming.
Do you think? Yeah, I guess because it's the work in progress that we want to do, right? So, yeah. Let's call it to-dos, todos. That's Spanish.
Dwane, it's pretty clear that Paul can never be a JavaScript developer. He's like already writing documentation. That just breaks every rule in the book.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He comes in here talking about his type safety and let's write some documentation and let's name our variables that are clear.
Yeah, and consistent as well. So, CLI is actually working in Vonage. He's a colleague of ours.
Awesome. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Gotta say, what's up?
Yep. Hit us on the internal Slack as well. So that would be with some feedback. That will be really appreciated. Thank you. Okay. So that's one thing. Okay. So we have a create user. I mean, I have so many ideas. Based on your last comment, Michael, I'm gonna kind of scale back a bit my comments, because I was thinking even to abstract some of these and put them in a separate errors class and kind of get stuff from there, rather than kind of sprinkling the code with all these different things. But let's leave that for another day. We'll fight that battle another time. And then the login. So the login is similar to sign up, but it doesn't create the user. It just looks for that particular user. And this one is using identify user in the database with a username and password. And if it's not authorized, blah, blah, blah. If it is, it creates a JWT and it does a status of 201. Okay, and the token. Cool. I think that's fairly kind of straightforward. One question I had is the way we group the code here is more based on the type of the task it does rather than the area. So I was kind of expecting to see all the different things to do with authentication in one folder, all things to do with other stuff in another folder, rather than sprinkled like that. So, for example, the data has one file that has the user. I'm guessing we're going to add the other things in there to do the conversation and so on. Is that like how it's normally done in JavaScript, or is it was our choice to do it like that?
I don't claim that anything I do is what's normal to do in JavaScript.
You suddenly have more experience.
JavaScript is pretty much
the Wild West.
Yeah. So if you're working with a group of people, then you all decide on how you want to get it done.
Okay.
And you do it that way.
So when you're gonna add let's say the database operations for conversations, do you add them to this file, or do you split this into a user file and then a conversation file, maybe bring them together with an index file?
I may break them apart.
Okay. And
that's me. Other people might just keep them all in one.
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah.
I guess it depends on how much code we're talking about. If you're only talking about like one more function, I'm not going to split it up for one more function.
No.
But if I had like 4 or 5 related to that, and then 4 or 5 related to something else, yeah, I might split them up and then barrel roll them in that index.
Okay, and then you would, when you import, do you import all of them like you do with this, or do you import separate ones based on what you need? Or again, it's depending on what you need.
You mean elsewhere?
Yeah. So if you, let's say inside the authentication here, right? So
I would have barrel rolled those into an index if they were split up, and then over in the other place, I would just bring in. It would still be DB from data.
Yeah. So can we do that now? Because it'll be interesting for me to see. So here I would rename this to user, right?
Yeah.
Or users.
The users.
No. And I'm going to create another one called index.js. Right. So this one exports.
How would you do this, Dwane?
Yeah, I would do it that way. I mean, again, just like how you said, it depends on if each thing can live on its own. So if it had like if it looked like another user's, then yeah, definitely I would split that out instead of actually like doubling the size of the index. I don't know if that makes sense.
Is this how you do it? So you bring them in from users and then just export them again, or is something else? And this here, then you'll have conversations here, right? So,
but this is since it's Node, would you have to do the require? Because I'm not sure if we're right.
Yeah, I think you'd want to require that
because that you could do that. Okay.
So
again with JavaScript.
Yeah,
so,
I'm asking.
Yeah.
So
Paul's TypeScript shining through.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So what happens is on the front end we have modules, so you're able to import like that.
Yeah.
But that hasn't come to Node yet. So that's why you have to do the require.
Okay. So instead of import is require. Yeah.
Yeah. So now if you're doing TypeScript, because TypeScript will on TypeScript you can do the import, but that's because TypeScript will turn it into a require.
Yes. Correct. Yes.
So so you would have to put so require like.
So I will do it exactly the same thing as you have.
Yeah.
Okay. So
so const and then the curly brackets.
So like this.
Yeah, and then
I see. Okay. And then and this is what you meant by barrel rolling, Michael, right? So you're just going to add different things in here. So
you have a couple of options here. Like you're doing a module exports with all the methods individually. Another option would be like const users equals require users, and then export users, export conversations. And then in your auth or wherever else you're using it, you would do db.users.create user or db.auth or conversations.create conversation.
Okay. Can you explain that to me again? So
So instead of doing that const create user like that, you would do const
and no so not as like an object.
Just users there.
Users, okay. And then when you export it as a users here.
Just export users. So what's going to happen is when you import DB now or require DB, you would use that as
db.users.create users, right? Something like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. So you can have a bit of namespace there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like this.
So in your users though, you'd have to because
in your users you need to do a module exports like it was.
Yeah, you have it there.
I think. Oh yeah, you left it. Okay.
Yeah, I left it the way it was. I didn't change anything in here. I left it exactly the way it was.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because before you're destructuring it, like you're taking it out, but now you're kind of
it was inside the thing.
Bracket.
So what's the difference between module export and export? Because you have export default, right, or something like that in JavaScript.
Yes, and that's so you won't have to name it. It'll just be whatever the name of that function was. But here you're kind of like splitting it up. The different functions like they're separate.
Yeah. I see.
You're actually exporting an object there with two functions on it.
Ah, right.
Whereas when you do export default, you're just sending out that one thing.
So if you do this, isn't it the same thing?
I don't think you can destructure it like that. I think it's normally on the function itself, right?
Yeah, I've never done this before.
Because I think you normally do like
object as well. Okay, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that would work.
Okay, so we have this. Okay, cool. So this is actually.
I don't do a lot of Node really, like normally.
Yeah, I think Luke is getting horrified at us. Bear with me. Bear with us, Luke. More with me than with the other two.
No, that's fine. No.
Cool. So we
there's so many ways of doing things. It's just
that's why I'm asking, because I'm trying to kind of set it in my head and trying to understand how it is. I'm happy to learn one way and just stick to that because that's way simpler. Cool. So we have Authentication. So we went down this one, and then we have a Vonage stuff, and this is the one that has the JW. No, it has the users and the conversations, and conversations again the post. So these are the ones that we started writing to use the conversation API, but we're not going to do it like this. Okay, so let's do a couple of things then. Let's rename those two parameters first, and then I think I was telling you, Michael, just before this, to write that script that synchronizes the users. I think that will be useful. So, and then we can do the webhook, RTC webhook. Cool. Does that sound okay? I don't think we're going to do all of these during this stream, but we can try. Cool. So let me go to the terminal again. I think I might need to... I've opened it from inside the parent and backend node so I can see the Rails version, but I'm not sure if it's actually a good benefit to this. Okay. So it's, how do I start the server? It's npm run, right? npm start.
It depends on your package.
Yeah, what's in the package JSON?
Hold on, I managed to move this here. Package JSON. So it has a start. npm run start.
Yeah.
I think you just do npm start as well, can't you?
Okay, npm start.
DB is not defined.
Oh.
Did you leave that somewhere? Yeah, you left it down there on line 9.
Ah,
yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I should delete stuff when I
clean your mess up. It's not gonna. It shouldn't run because you are now exporting an object with .users on it. So all that code that says db.createUser or db. all that won't work anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. This is complaining about something else, isn't it?
It's complaining that it doesn't have your private key.
Okay. So CP private key. I think there is a private key here. Yeah. To backend nodes dot private key. So why does it need a private key there if we specify the private key inside?
Dot key, isn't it?
Private dot key. Oh yeah, sorry.
You got dot
for some reason,
private.
I thought it's a hidden file for some reason. Okay, but why is it required? It's in here.
Because we don't. You're using the environment variable. You're using like that secret, the API key and the secret. We weren't doing that. We were using the API key and.
So the one that we have inside the environmental variables is not needed.
Not being used at all.
Okay, so I can actually do this. Actually, doesn't matter. It's good now. Okay, I think it's running.
Yeah, it'll bomb once you try to hit something.
Yeah. I wanted to start it just to make sure that actually probably I can use Paul rather than a browser to see what's happening.
Can you use what?
Yeah,
it's something like Postman.
Oh,
is it called Paul?
PAW, yeah.
Oh, Paul. Okay, I thought you said
Paul.
Paul. I was like, oh, you're gonna use yourself. What?
Actually, it's so funny you're doing this. I've got a YouTube video coming out tomorrow on a VS Code extension called REST Client.
Yeah.
That is perfect for this. You can use this for sure, but you can actually do it within VS Code.
REST Client?
Yeah, REST Client.
That's cool.
What is this video stuff you're talking about, Michael?
It's magic.
So it's that one, right?
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So like just open up a new window. Just Control N or something.
Yeah.
Or Command N.
Yeah.
And then type in. You want to do a get or post or what?
Let's do post on the sign up.
Post and then type in your URL.
Come on.
All right.
Okay.
And then just command palette. I think there's actually a shortcut, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I think it's Command P. Then you have this.
Try REST client. Send request is Command or something. There you go.
Okay. So
if I'm doing a lot of testing, then I'll use like a Postman, or actually I use Insomnia. But if it's just something I'm debugging where I'm like, what is this? Or hey, let me make sure I'm getting the right thing. I'll just do this. And
you can set the language to HTTP, apparently Chris is saying. Thank you, Chris, for that. Here.
Yeah, to get IntelliSense.
Ah, nice. So how do you...
So
you
want to send payload with it, right? So
yeah.
At the end of that line, just hit new line. Give it like 2 spaces. There. Give it another space. I think you can do it in the same space. Valid JSON is going to require you to put name in quotes.
Okay. Okay. So we have name.
It's username, name, and password.
Okay. So passwords.
Yeah. Chris is saying you need a space between the headers and the body, so you will need a space between those 2 rows.
Cool.
I was thinking so, but I'd never tried it, so I was like, yeah, maybe you can.
Yeah, I don't use VS Code. I guess to its. I just write code in it. Like I do nothing else other than.
So
well, you have to have these extensions to really do anything extra.
Yeah, like I never install anything. It's just
so if I was to save this, I'll just put in a request, let's say.
Yeah.
And then it has .htp. Okay, that sounds good. So that way I can actually reuse them, right?
Yeah, and you can actually, like, if you were done with that request, hit enter at the end of that line. We'll have to add it.
Yeah. Let's make this smaller. Yeah, and then
like hit return one more time. You can put in like 3 hashes, and then enter, and then type in a new request, and you can actually keep different requests in the same file.
So
if you want to save them, like if you're building a REST API,
that's clever.
It's called REST client, but you can also do GraphQL with it. You could add headers and authentication to it. It's just insane. Environment variables and
that's
really impressive.
Really clever.
Yeah, it's a really impressive extension. If you want to find out more, go to youtube.com/boldbeardedbuilder and subscribe to see the video tomorrow.
Awesome. This is very topical.
Shameless plug.
No, but
you can save fields from a response and use in future requests, all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, this is really good. And I'm guessing you can define parameters or variables and just then reuse them in here, right?
Exactly. Yeah. At the top of the page, you can say let me read my notes. I'm recording this video right after this stream is over. So let me go to my notes and I'll tell you exactly what you need to it's at, I think it's like at the name.
Yeah.
It's something like that. Let me go make sure that's right. But yeah, at the top of the page, you can define those parameters.
It says 0 references. How do you use them?
Oh,
do you have them like just like that?
I think you do the at, don't you?
Yeah, but it still says 0 references.
Let's look. Oh no, you put it in brackets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris just says, thank you, Chris. Yeah, it says now 1 reference at the top. This is really cool.
Isn't that slick?
Yeah.
Huh.
it even does like IntelliSense thing. It
Yeah.
just sees that I did
Yeah.
define it. Let's try something. Does it have like big problem?
Well, yeah,
Not
you
found.
deleted it.
No,
Yeah.
no, but I thought maybe it creates it automatically for you.
Oh, yeah.
Next
No,
version.
Paul, you have to do some typing.
Yeah, come on. There you
Well,
go. And then each one, yeah, it's adding the little buttons there where you can send it there from the IDE as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
what buttons?
Well, the send request, he's saying.
Yeah, he was hoping Lucia had a generate button or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you send it, it'll pop open a new window with that response.
Yeah, look, that's exactly what I was hoping, to have a quick fix to define it. But I mean, already is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use this. I don't use this. Yeah, exactly.
And we all look.
Yeah,
we all.
That's why I got into coding.
That's what makes it. That's what makes a junior developer a senior developer.
Yeah. If anything, I'm not lazy because I half typed it and then deleted it. Hope it would work.
He's done twice
the
work. He's done twice the work. That's a senior developer who gets billed by the hour.
Well, you're a proper engineer. You destroy the thing first and then you read the manual, right?
Yeah. Chris has been using it for almost 2 years. I don't use it exclusively. I'll use like Insomnia or Postman. I forget, I was using Postwoman for a while and it changed to something else.
Another name. Yeah.
But so if I'm like using this a lot, I use that. But if I'm in here, sometimes you're debugging something and you're like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Like, am I not getting the right thing back, or am I not sending the right, you can just control in, put in that request and go to town. And and let me show you something else cool. Click inside one of those requests.
Yep.
This doesn't really work for me because I work in Windows, but go to the command palette.
No, this is settings. I think it's. I always do Command P and
then do REST client again to get you down to those.
Yep.
And then you can copy the request as curl.
What's this dark magic?
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
So if you needed to put this like in your documentation or something, you can come back here and just copy and paste it out. And now you can. I think it can copy out as curl.
Hopscotch. That's right, Jason. You're right.
Yeah, you can put hopscotch. That's right. You can put in curl into the document as well, but it doesn't understand all of the parameters.
So this is really clever. Does it support other languages as well?
What do you mean other languages?
I mean, curl is hold on. I did.
Oh no. Well, curl's kind of a Nix thing, right?
Yeah.
That's cool because my personal stuff I code on a Chromebook, and so I can't install like Postman or any of the other stuff. So.
And this is perfect for that.
Yeah.
I was using Postwoman because I was able to put that as like a PWA, but then it turned into hopscotch and stuff. So
yeah.
Then Chris said you can generate dates.
Yeah.
Relative dates. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of functionality. I'm not going to tell you all about it, or you wouldn't have to watch my video tomorrow. But
can you drop a link in the chat, Michael, with a link to YouTube, please?
I gotta save some mystery.
No. But get people to follow you so they get an alert tomorrow when the video goes out.
I'd say it's going to be really good, but again, I haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah,
the script is amazing. Though, I can tell you,
shiny, so chrome. Cool. Okay, this is really good. I'm really happy I've asked.
The Chromebook is pretty awesome. It just runs Linux, and so anything you can do in Linux. So like VS Code is available, and it's pretty awesome.
Hold on, Chromebook is running Linux.
Yeah,
you get access to the Linux underneath.
Yeah, it's literally just click a button that says install Linux, and you have Linux.
Does it work on all Chromebooks? ACMGO.
New
too.
Like it goes. I'm not sure about the specs, but a good amount of them can.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Linux subsystem doesn't require a lot of resources anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm kind of doing it to kind of see what's possible.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to know because I've been thinking about buying my daughter Chromebooks so that they can. It's easier to lock down.
Yeah.
So I'd love to just get them a Chromebook and install code on it, and even let them use like was it GitHub Code Spaces?
Yeah.
To where all the like processing is actually up in the cloud.
Yeah.
And they just need the terminal locally.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to somebody who's done it, who says yay or nay, because I don't want to spend a couple $100 on a Chromebook and it not be.
Yeah, I think you can actually look it up to see if it's available. Because I have the Google Chrome Slate. Chromebook,
okay,
something like that, and that one it worked.
Interesting. Yeah, we're using MacBooks exactly the same way, Michael. You're talking about the lockdown and stuff, exactly for the same reason.
Yeah,
because you can screen time it as well.
So those parameters you were using, like for name and password and display name, you can actually like create one called like host. And make
true.
it localhost 3000, and then just go put that into the actual request
or base URL something. Like
so that base URL, so that when you are running it, if you had it running on a different port for some reason, I think you got some extra brackets there.
Yeah,
get rid of 2 of those. Is it 2? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Now, if that port changes, or you're trying to run it, against a test environment or something.
Yeah, this is what we literally do in Postman or in Poll or in Insomnia with environmental variables, right? So,
abstract all the things.
Sorry, the wind is picking up here. Can we just Whoa.
Jason Eric Davis. What's up? Says son uses Chromebook and he is starting to be curious about coding. Well, let me know if you install code on it and use it. I really want to know specifically about code.
Like if you want to, if you just go to your settings and you search for like Linux, it'll let you know, because it's just you click install Linux and then you're good to go.
Though, it just now dawned on me. The thing I was thinking about with Code Spaces is it's VS Code in the browser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have to install anything on the Chromebook.
No.
You just.
So there's similar to like Code Sandbox and then a bunch of other. And I think you can actually set up your own. It's like because VS Code is open source, so I think that's pretty much what Code Sandbox does, and it's probably what Code Spaces on GitHub is doing. You can
probably can get away with a tablet as well, Michael, not just Chromebooks.
Oh yeah, well my Chromebook is a tablet. It has a Bluetooth keyboard, so it is literally a tablet.
Yeah.
The Pixel Slate is a tablet.
Interesting.
It does have a Bluetooth keyboard attached to it.
Yeah.
So, a lot of my recent stuff has been done on that. My recent projects.
No, that's why the quality is going down. Probably. Sorry, I thought I was muted.
It's quantity of quality. So you got to put those things out there.
Inception. Isn't the Inception with everything because you use software to develop more software?
Yeah, she's actually going to be going through is it Free Code Camp?
Nice.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so a lot of it's going to be in the browser anyway.
Yeah.
But I would rather invest in like a couple $100 Chromebook than.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, definitely. Did you do the code.org stuff as well? That's in the browser as well.
I don't think she's done anything yet.
Because that's really, really interesting, and a lot of the stuff there, it's kind of hidden from you. So although you do JavaScript underneath the scenes, it's basically logic to start with. It's not proper programming. I mean, proper. That's proper. Yeah. Cool. This is really nice.
Yeah, sorry to distract you, but
no. This is really good. Can you batch run them?
I think you can.
Now,
Well,
do you have to have spaces in between the different variables, or because I don't see the references anymore on them,
there's a miss.
like
Wait,
between
where?
name, password, and display name. Like you have them all on like one line after the next.
Oh yeah. You probably have to have a space to show the references
No, okay.
up on lines.
Each one after each one. Each one. Yeah, I
It's my
didn't have this
guess.
before. I didn't have this before. Something happened when I added the base URL, and I don't know what.
Yeah, because you're not. Because before they had the references.
Let me see. What happens? Can you put a space between base URL and its?
This one here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's not going to be it.
Okay, let's go back on it and see where it started.
I mean, it is
No,
working.
it's not. It's not. It doesn't seem to work.
Oh, there they
It's
are.
not-
There they are.
yeah, but it's after I added that base URL stuff.
Oh, did you put an @ in front of base URL? I don't know.
So this is working, right?
Mhm.
So I can send the request. I don't think it's working. Something happened here. See, it's not picking the right variables. Oh, it does actually. But that's a weird coloring.
Yeah, it's weird because you're in JSON, right? So it's like trying to make the brackets white because of JSON, but this isn't really proper JSON.
I think you can start if you start typing, it automatically adds the things.
Oh, nice.
But now you don't have things anymore.
Huh. Mm.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, I wonder in the URL,
Yeah.
put HTTP before the base URL thing, HTTP:// and then take it out of base URL.
No, it's still the same.
Hmm.
But he picks the right thing, and he picks it here as well. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I can't send the request. He just says the connection was rejected. So it's not picking the right.
It's still.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so let me go back once to this. Okay, let's see if I can send this request. This works, right? Although the references don't seem to work. But it's not sending any data because you still get the username stuff. Anyway, it might be some other details that we change the user stuff.
After the URL.
Yeah.
Try putting not the URL, the on line 7.
7. Yep.
At the very end, add space HTTP:1.1. It's a guess. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Well, you can leave that, but on the next line,
yep,
put content-type. It's yeah. Try that.
Yeah.
And then Chris is saying remove the quotes from the URL definition.
Oh yeah. It's
this one.
Yeah, you don't need quotes on any of those, I don't think.
Okay. So you're saying this, and then I can use the base URL here. Oops. Okay.
Unexpected token.
Token P in JSON at position 10. Is this running on port 3000, or I'm putting the wrong port in?
No, I think.
The reason it was working before is you had to put the quotes in the parameters. In the JSON, you got to put quotes around.
Okay.
Yeah, it was working before because we were adding the quotes in the variable itself. But
so it does replacement like for like.
Mm-hmm.
So the syntax highlighting, you don't have that issue anymore, but it's still getting replaced. So this should work. Cool. Yeah, I'm getting the name must be at least, and I don't have the username stuff because I'm using name, password, and display name.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay. So I need the things here as well. So is there a way to kind of trigger it from here?
So yeah, you're right. You were right. You gotta add the quotes there. Sorry, what was that question?
Can I re-trigger this from the response? Can I have like a reload?
There is a shortcut. I don't know what it is. You could do the command palette and see what it is, like resend previous request or something.
Rest. Rerun last request. Command option. No, sorry. It's command option L. So it's command option L. No.
Does it have to be in a specific order, or I don't know?
Yeah, it works. Command option L. Yeah, it does because the date gets updated here. So I can actually. So will this work even if I'm in other places? Let's see. No, it doesn't.
You got to be in
the file.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. This is really good.
Yeah, that's super awesome. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Okay. So let's make this work. So I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. So I'm gonna go and just follow the path, right? So the first one is in the routes, and here I need name and display name, like that. Then I'm passing this here. Right. So then you have the name and the display name here. Then we'll have to do the same thing on the other side, but for now, I'm not going to touch the login for now. I'm just going to go for the sign up. Okay. So we have a validation. So the next thing is inside the validation here. I hate when he does this. Why can't he just open the file to that particular thing? So it's this one here. So you have name, password, display name. So you have name, password, display name. So I'm going to call this validate name, validate display name. Right. Let's do the change here as well, since we are in this one. So name and password, and this will be name. Then you have this will turn into name. Oops. I'll leave it as username because it doesn't matter. It's internal. This should say name. Right. This should say name as well. Might as well change it. It's only a couple of search and replaces. And then the password is fine. And then this will be display name.
Yeah.
So display name.
And it's validate display name.
Oh, yes. Thank you. So I asked Dwane last week what's the naming convention for variables and stuff in here, because we seem to be using both the camel case and, I think this is called the kebab case. Or no, this is kebab case, right? With a dash.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what underscore. This is like burger case. I don't know. Do we care that much if we keep that naming convention, or are we just gonna use it interchangeably? Or we use it like this because we call it from other places where this one is internal.
Well, functions I think are pretty much always camel case. I think that's one thing. But
Okay,
your
'cause it's a
variables,
function,
but your variables or what have you, I think it's kind of preference.
It's very British-ish, right? It's the ish syntax.
I mean, it kind of depends.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just about always use camel case.
Yeah.
except for like if I make a class, I'll make it proper cased.
Like CSS is a thing. Yeah. So depending, because there's like BEM, block element modifier, or something like that, and that uses hyphens.
Yeah.
And so it
makes
all.
Yeah, you can't use hyphens here because it's a minus, right? So
yeah. So it's all preference.
Yeah. I think the reason we did display underscore name here is because either is this in the database or is this with
no, this is just for validation.
Does the API have it as display underscore name?
Yeah, the display underscore name in the API. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we did it. We just followed what they did.
Yeah. So again, this like if you're working on a team, you work all this stuff out. Like because you have like linting. Yeah. And so with your linters, you're like, oh no, you can't do that. Like you have to do this.
Should we adopt a linter inside the client SDK as we do more stuff for JavaScript? Should we have like make one of them like I know there's an Airbnb one and there's some other ones, right? And some prettier kind of libraries as well. Do we want to adopt something like that just to make it consistent? What's your feeling?
You said for the client SDK for what now?
Just for our team, for the client SDK team.
Oh,
because as we do more stuff in JavaScript, is it something that we should adopt as start of practice, or something we should consider later on? Maybe that's a question for another time.
Yeah. I mean,
Luke is having fun in the chat.
See that, and that's the thing. Like, because we don't want to put our standards on other people.
No. My intention was just for us, kind of working together. Yeah.
Well, that would require me to keep the same standard across, 2 blog posts, and I can't guarantee I can do that.
See that?
Yeah.
That's why I'm in developer relations and not engineering.
Fair point. Cool. Okay, so we have a display name and the password and the name. I think we're good. I think we forgot to change this.
Man, Dwane, think about it. This guy's coming in here with type safety and documentation. Now he's going to try and add linting. You know what? I'm dropping out of this conversation the minute he says tests.
I mean, that's the manager in him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tests are for people that make mistakes. We don't make mistakes.
Right.
I mean, some of us do make mistakes. Mistakes were made.
Tests are to catch other people's mistakes.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Okay, so we did the validation. This seems to be fine. And then we display it. And here we need...
That would be amazing to see, Greg. That would be amazing to see.
What is Greg saying?
Oh.
Is Michael going to write tests? The answer is... Yeah, that's it.
There. Did it.
There you go.
And it ran fine. It's great.
Mouse drop.
Is that the equivalent of mic drop?
Yeah, nailed it.
What's that stuff behind you that changes? You have a screen behind you, Michael, that changes images every so often? Is that a previous screen for a camera?
Oh, it turned on because I activated my mouse.
I see.
Mouse, it's off when it's like this.
Yeah.
But when I snap it into place, it activates. So it thinks I'm moving the mouse. That's a surface.
Okay.
I use it as my teleprompter because the camera right there.
Nice. Cool. So,
question: as a YouTuber, I find this fascinating. I always see the videos and people are speaking to the camera, but then they have like they'll have their computer set up behind them. Why isn't it like the other way around? Like, why is it always a computer set up behind people?
So, I mean, I could use the camera in front of me and record me, and you see my wonderful Christmas tree that I still haven't taken down, or all the stuff on my shelf. And a lot of people do that. In my case, filming this direction, seeing the computer screens and stuff, I think looks cooler than the shelf.
Okay, so that's when you know you're like a real developer because you have the computer behind you, even though most of the time you face the computer.
When I'm not writing code when I'm recording the video, right?
That's true.
Like I'll sit there and record me doing the code and record the screen, and then just inject that into the video.
Okay.
Isn't it bad luck to have Christmas decorations up? I've never heard that, Greg, but I mean, have you seen the last year? I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
It's still 2021. It's the 13th month of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not fix it because we've already started off kind of amazingly. So
yeah, I think so. I just, Greg, just so you know, I tried to take the Christmas down a couple of weeks ago, and my wife said, "No, this has been a crap year. We are leaving up the decorations till the end of January." So
we'll have some holiday cheer in this house. So,
yeah. So apparently, I've got a few more weeks of it.
What's 12 p.m. EDT in GMT? Is that EDT? Is that your time zone?
Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Is that -6?
Yes, because we went an hour back. Yes.
Okay. The reason I'm saying is because we have another stream today. So I just want to give a shout out. It's happening. So it's 5 o'clock London time. There you go. I should have looked there.
New York is noon.
Yeah. So is EDT New York?
Yeah.
Okay. So at 5 p.m., Nareen is going to have as a guest one of our Voyagers.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a second stream today. So just wanted to make sure that I don't forget
how to build a learning platform with React, Express, Apollo, GraphQL. Wow, and Vonage. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that will be an interesting one.
I think he wrote a blog post about that, didn't he?
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah, over at learn.vonage.com.
I think this is
I think there's even a blog command. Is there a blog command? If there's not, we should make a blog command. There's not. We should.
I think it's a slash. It's a learn rather than blog.
Oh, learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard nope, Ghost Rider.
Yeah. So this is the blog post.
Oh, Paul clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, that wasn't the blog post.
All righty. So, how's everything going?
It's going very 2020-ish right now.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, I'm surprised we don't have a command for that.
There you go.
Miss me?
Because like everything is like shut down, no music, no screen share. I was like, oh wow.
I've closed. Literally, I closed the StreamYard window. I meant to close a different one, but Command W is not my friend today. So yeah, let me share my screen. I'm taking you still hear the music?
Yes.
Cool. So it picks the right thing now. Cool.
So yeah,
that was a test, Greg. That was a test to see how they do under stress, under duress. Cool. Yeah. Sorry for diverging. Just want to make sure that I don't forget. Cool. So what were we doing? We were running.
You were changing like display name and all that stuff.
So we still have username must exist. Why is that?
Shouldn't that be name now or something?
Sorry. This should say.
Okay.
User
I think I just added a blog command. Let's see. There it is. Perfect.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Jeez.
I think it's failing inside here, Dwane. Request failed to validation errors. Yes. So it's failing inside here, but I'm not entirely sure why.
Oh, because Paul isn't longer than 8 character. Wait, oh, 0.
Yeah, but
That's a zero.
it says username must exist first of all, which we took out, right? So validate sign up members. Should I validate name? So name must exist. Name must be longer. Password, display name. So I don't see any place where it still says username in here.
Luke says it's more than a blog. So, Luke, I am more than happy to change it to any wording you would prefer. Actually, Paul, can I scroll you for 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Can you go to learn.vonage.com?
Sure.
I think this is so cool what Luke did.
This hashtag work.
I think I know what you mean, but yeah, go on.
Yeah. So
this thing here?
Just go to the homepage.
This thing here?
Yes. Look at that. When we're live on learn.vonage.com, it comes up with a little player. And then you can click the little button to go there and watch. But I think that's so cool. You can tell when we're live and
it's really good. I found about this in December and I was so flabbergasted. It's one of those surprise and delight.
Yeah.
I actually went and gave Luke some special applauses for this because this is just one of those things where you go way beyond what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's really clever.
Yeah, it's really, really clever.
I don't know how Luke thought up that idea, but
some people are think of those things. So thank you, Luke, for that. Cool. So let me restart the server just in case.
Oh yeah, you probably would have to restart the server, I think, right?
Yeah.
So can we use something like Node1 rather than Node to do the server and kind of reload it when things change? Is that something that we want to do?
That's cool. I think you have to install Nodeman, right?
Yeah, you do.
So npm installed node mode. That. Okay, and then I think we need to change the package JSON. So here is node1, right?
Yeah. And this is a good use case for developing inside of containers because then you don't have to install NodeMon on your machine. You can just have it installed in the container. Yeah,
true. But in this case, it's installed in the project, not in my machine, right? Not across the entire machine.
That's true.
But that's a good point. Usually, in most of its utilities, you're asked to use the -G, which will install it inside your system.
Well, not to mention though, if you have more than one project that uses NodeMon, that means it may not be installed like on your machine, but you've got it on your machine X times.
Yeah.
Based on how many projects they use it.
So that'll be 275,000 files more.
I wouldn't be surprised with NPM.
Yeah. Cool. So I think that was the reason it was still returning usernames.
So you've got Postgres just running on your machine.
Yeah, it's here at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
that's why I put it in a container initially, is I don't have Postgres and didn't want to install it. So
I've been using it a lot for various web projects, and for me, it's much easier than running containers because it just takes more memory. And
you're using Mac, right?
Yeah, but it's not only that. It's the images that Docker creates are in the tens of gigabytes worth of disk space. Which it just feels like I don't know. So it looks like a waste to me, but it might be just me. I don't know. Cool. Let's try again. Password must be at least 8 characters. Okay, so it's ABCD 1 2 3 4. There you go. There's an issue with the Vonage API. Okay, so this happens when you already have a user on the Vonage API, right? So I think we probably need to change this slightly. So I hate when it does this. So let me clean some of the stuff here. Where is it? It's in the Vonage. This one. No, not this one. Where is that defined?
I thought you were just there. You're right there, right?
Where's this Vonage stuff defined?
Oh,
It's require Vonage. Oh, it's this one.
Vonage, yes.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I thought for some reason. No, this is the Vonage routes. It's a different thing. Are we creating the user? I'm getting confused now.
Wait, scroll to the top. Okay, so yeah, so go to.
This is a route, right? So
right there. Where's this index?
It's one up.
Down,
it's one up. It's this one. Yeah. That's why I got confused. Cool. So create Vonage user is this one. There's an error here. I think I managed to close the server rather than npm run start. It's already running. No, I'm in the wrong folder. Backend. Okay, let's try again. Oh, it's an invalid token. Why is it returning an invalid token?
What did you call? Sorry.
I did this. I think this gets admin JWT returns an invalid token.
Oh, it says you did not provide a valid. So are you sending a token with the?
Yeah, I'm guessing this get admin JWT is not creating the right token.
Well, no, I'm saying like when you're doing your request, don't you have to do like a bearer token? Like
it's done here. It's done here.
Okay.
So this is create user, right? So
we're abstracting it. Yeah, okay, I remember that.
Yeah. So in here, get config, which is this one, and then the bearer is JWT, which is passed in get config, right? So it's the JWT get admin JWT. So where is this defined? This is defined in the JWT. And then in here, it's using the private key, which is read from the file.
Is that a private key for your Vonage app ID?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll take this off screen.
Oh, show it.
Let me make sure that is the right.
Hey, XC, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, it was the right thing.
Hey, and Rambling Geek and Toe Frog.
It's a bunch of trouble.
XD likes your Mojave background.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you.
Does it change or anything, or?
You can make a change, but I don't, because I'm boring that way. No, it's the right thing. I'm not sure why it's failing. I'm gonna break it back here.
Oh, check out my van. My van is super plain and empty right now, so I will be building it out at some point. But right now, it's just a shell of a van.
What is that behind you, Dwane? It looks like headphones up on the.
Those are like fans, like little portable fans. So if I want to get like the air circulating, or if I'm cooking.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was like, man, how many sets of headphones does this Joker need? I mean, I know he's got the radio show, which I checked out yesterday. It was really good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why'd you do that? Let's not. Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Actually, yeah, plug your show, Dwane.
No, that's cool.
Put the URL.
No, that's cool. That's cool. No, we're good.
So that's
good.
what you mean when you said you have fans.
Exactly. Exactly. They're always with me.
He's on his way to get 1,000. He's at 4.
A radio show is my time. I get to kind of like vent and play music I enjoy. So that's kind of, yeah.
I'm going to use the same thing that we had. Rather than reading from the file, I'm going to use the Vonage API, this thing here.
Terrible. Okay.
That's what I enjoyed was the music. What's the I never remember the URL. The timer.
Oh, no, that's cool. You don't have to worry
The
about
countdown. No,
You know what's funny
Come
about
on.
that? So I learned a lesson this weekend. Like all my stuff like kind of like stopped working. I was like, oh, that's weird. And so after going through and trying to troubleshoot things, turns out that the credit card that I had on file for billing expired. So before you go ahead and start, tearing apart your code, make sure that the card on the billing file is still.
I thought you were going to say you had it hosted with Parler.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would. Nah. And so, yeah. But I did get to learn some new stuff about Firebase because I was doing some pub sub stuff and it had like a cloud scheduler on it. And so I thought the cloud scheduler on the Google console, I thought it like broke or something. So Firebase now has, you can, in your functions, you can actually call a scheduler on your function. So instead of setting up a whole separate Google Cloud scheduler, it will do that for you.
Yeah, that's it. The hip hop timer. That thing, I like that thing because like I don't know any of the music it plays, but it's just so good. It's like it's a good jam. Like to just sit back,
Well, yeah, I mean that's what kind of had it for. Yeah, so like, and it'll tell you the artist playing, and then you can like tweet it and find out and stuff. So yeah, so that player was broken. And I was like, why is this thing not working? And it was because the thing was not right. So it's
Yeah. But we used this during some of our retros when we had to kind of have countdowns, and it works quite well. Yeah, the music is completely unknown because they're new artists, right, Dwayne?
Yes, people I know. Well, they're kind of known in our circle, but general masses. So yeah, it's kind of a way of.
Yeah, that's not bad. So this is one of his, and if you want to see more,
it's fine.
You go to Dwane.io.
That's fine.
Well, we need to plug you. You have another fan here. It's a mains fan.
And that site, like I have that on a scheduler where it'll update, so it pulls from like my dev.to the latest thing, the latest radio show and stuff and events. And so, but that wasn't working. Like it was doing, it just wasn't pulling right. And so it was because my billing was down. So yeah. So that was fun this weekend.
Nice. It's panic over.
Yeah.
You got about 2 or 3 years until the next outage.
Pretty much, yeah. But then, see, I have so many different accounts. Like I just forgot about that one because I updated all the other ones, and then that one.
Okay, something is not right. So here I have a private key.
Secret.
The private key is here.
Does that say secret or private key? What is that?
Sorry, where?
Oh no, the error. Like, what does that say?
Secret or private key must have a value. Sorry,
so what's secret or private key?
I'm guessing it's here. This thing here.
Did you made that change? Did you start it over when you made that change?
I think so. I did. I mean, I'm going to start it again just in case. I'm going to make it a bit smaller because it's just taking over my entire. Secret or private key? Yeah, must. That's weird.
Is that a variable name? Oh, that's what you called it just now.
Yeah,
okay.
Wait. Oh, sorry. So, Vonage app private key. Let me make sure that I have it here. Vonage app private key. Okay. That's weird. Can I use console log here?
Is secret or private key, is that a variable name that was used?
Which one, secret or private key? No,
Yeah,
I think it comes from inside the GWT generator.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not getting that private key out.
Yeah, it's undefined for some reason.
Undefined.
That's weird.
Are you you're doing that process env? It's getting the app ID though.
No, it's not. It's still undefined.
Both of them are?
Yeah.
Then we need to run .env.
So I need to include .env here, right?
Yeah, just type
Required
instead of don't do all that. We can shorthand it and just say require .env and then .config
at the
off
end.
of at the end of it. Yeah, inside the
like this, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Was that a dot? Yeah.
Sorry, I've changed my font, and it's quite narrow, but it might be hard for you to read.
I think there was an error starting. Like there was a.
It says .env cannot find .env module.env.
Do you not have .env installed?
Oh,
I thought I saw that in the package JSON.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Okay, well then there you go.
That's weird. Okay. npm install .env.
Toefrog, you're welcome for that. You can guess which one of the three of us did that one. I apologize.
But if it wasn't in the package JSON, how do we get it?
There you go. Yeah, it's working. It's working now.
Well, technically, it hasn't.
No,
we haven't gotten this far here.
Well, no, I mean, like when you were doing it.
It was reading from the file.
Okay.
So I put it inside the .env rather than reading from the file. Cool. So it's working now. Okay. So we have a name duplication here. So
which makes sense because
yeah. How about if we
can we make one quick change?
Sure.
Can we go out to like the main index file? The one that starts the whole thing?
Yes. Oh, okay. I know what you want to do. If that's what
you do you? Yeah, it turns out you do.
Yeah, we communicate that way, Michael.
Yeah. Turns out you do.
I think we both have good instincts, so that's kind of what I would do in any number one. So that will add all the envs everywhere, right? So rather than just one that file.
Right.
So if it's hit on only that file, will that add it to the requests from other files that are done
loading,
after that?
It's loading to the environment regardless. If we had it in that other file, it wouldn't populate the environment until we hit that file.
Yeah, so you can have requests. Well, you can have code before that doesn't have env, then code after that has env. Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, so this works now. So what I want to do is in here we have create user. So what do we return when we can't create user? That's what I want to see.
When you cannot create a user, you said?
Yeah.
I think it's different depending on why.
Yeah, it's returning a null, right? Is it possible to return two different values from a function in JavaScript? Or an object?
No, you can
Can we
only
do
return one thing, but it could be different based on.
Can we do
Yeah.
this? Oops. And then
Well, you'd
in
have to
here-
return an object with a Vonage user property
Yeah.
and an error property.
Yeah. Can we do this?
Yeah, you don't
And,
have to put Vonage user colon.
Yeah.
If they're going to be
because you
named,
fancy that way. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. So you can do this. Oops. And then I'm going to define an error at the top. Right. So in here
Yep.
I can put if error equals error.
Mhm.
So I can do this, right?
you can.
So in here I can say if where did I put it here? If error actually,
Well, I think like your detail, you can just put error there, right?
yeah, but the error is the whole thing, isn't it? So I need to look inside the data detail. So I'm guessing
okay.
is error detail.
Wow.
Like that? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, you could actually just return
Probably did something wrong.
error so you can see it.
Oh, return the whole thing. Yeah, we might as well. Yeah, that's a good point. So where is it here? So you can return error here, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Oh. Oh, it returns the whole stuff. It's the whole
Yeah.
stuff.
So you can, yeah.
Um,
So is there a message? I think it's error message. Scroll it to the top again. So instead of detail, I think it's error.message. Is that what you wanted to say, or what?
yeah, but I think I'll leave it. I'll leave the whole things, the whole stuff in here.
'Cause I don't think there is a detail.
No, but this is. Hold on. What am I returning?
Oh no, it is a detail. So wait, what?
What
So
was that
detail
error?
returns this stuff, but
Yeah.
so the error is the whole thing, right? But I want just the body of it
So
because it has the stack and everything.
well, yeah, but do you want message? Like, what do you want it to say in the error?
So what's this error here? What type of object is it?
It's going to just be whatever error gets thrown anywhere in there. It could be an HTTP error. It could be, I don't know,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
null reference error. Whatever the error is, it catches it. My guess is the only thing that's really going to error there is going to be the post.
Yeah. But wouldn't this return a different status rather than? So why is the error set? Because I don't expect it to bomb, right?
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
What does? Let's
So I'm
say that it
expecting-
returns
I'm
out
expecting
okay.
to-
Where does it come back to?
So it still comes back here.
No. Where does this return to?
In here.
So it comes in there, and you said if error,
Yeah.
send that. But in this case, error's undefined, so it'll skip over that and come down. So you're actually returning lower than this.
Oh, I see what you mean. So this is a different call.
That's my guess. I mean, I don't see anything that would call that the trigger. So that would be.
Is what about if you don't get the success status for Axios? Is that
Just return it would return nothing for user and nothing for error.
So in here, the way to do it really is to do it like this. No. So if it's not successful,
I don't know if data's right. I don't know.
But that's the response. Okay, let's try it and see what we have.
It may be. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Request failed with status 400. That's what we can expect to happen. Because we're sending this. We're creating a user. It's a post on the users. But why doesn't it? Why does it use the? Actually, why are we setting the errors there? Actually, that makes sense, right? So that's a different error here. Okay, I'm gonna do a console log here. Oh, you have a console log here.
Yeah.
That's literally the previous line.
Yeah, and you're not hitting that, or you'd see it in the console.
That. Yeah.
Well,
So the response data.
There was a console error, like something did pop up in the error. And
yeah, but it was previously. I've just restarted the server, and we don't have anything
okay.
there. So I'm going to send this again just to see it. Oh yeah,
I'm saying there is one. Yeah. So wait, okay. I think what are we trying to do again? I'm sorry. I think I might have
creating the user and kind of return an error from that user.
Yeah. So isn't that what's happening now?
Yeah, but what I'm asking is why does it bomb out of that? Because there's a try here, right? So I'm expecting the Axios not to bomb out, but just to respond to different status. Why is it bombing out all the way to here?
Well, because this is 400, right?
Yeah, but it's not triggering an exception, right? You still get a response. It just has a different status. Otherwise, this kind of whole logic wouldn't make sense.
Oh.
So I'm trying to find what the problem is. I managed to scroll to the top, and that's it.
Then,
it's Axios error true, so it's from Axios, and it's a right data. So if I am
does Axios treat anything besides like a 200 or in the 200s as an error, and it'll just like eject out an error, and that's where the catch is picking it up?
That's what I'm thinking as well.
I don't think it does. Maybe it does, but man, I'd be surprised.
Returns undefined.
Because I know like node or fetch, like you have to actually look for, because everything is like, okay, that's cool, it went through. So maybe Axios is like, well, if it's not a 200 or 200, series or whatever, then it's an error, and it kicks it out.
So this will be what's the error here? The error will be an error that will encompass the request as well, right? So
I think that's what is coming out.
Okay. I mean, we almost out of time, so I'm going to take that as homework for me. To see.
Yeah, if you're looking for the message, I think it was like error.message instead of
.message here. Okay. Yeah, the message is request failed with status 400.
Yeah. So were you looking for something more specific, or? Yeah,
I'm looking for the one that says you already have a user with that name.
Oh.
So I think that's the Axios error.
Yeah.
Which is failing with status 400, but I want to see the body of that failure that has the message that says it's invalid. It's somewhere here, so you can see it in here. Literally, I want to get to this bit.
Oh, so then try error.data.detail.
Data doesn't exist, so I'm guessing it's request data probably.
From there,
or response maybe.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it'd be error data.
Yeah, it is response. You get this thing here.
Okay, there you go.
So response data, and then inside data you have a detail. So yeah. So what I want to do now is to have
set error to that.
Can I do this? If this doesn't exist, to return the error itself?
Yes.
Cool. So actually, this one doesn't make sense in here anymore. So what happens if a status is not 201 and it goes through here? And it doesn't bomb. So what if a status is 200? That won't bomb, but it'll go through here. So That's probably the the phrase most developer wrote at one point. Unexpected error. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to get. Have a request failed because username already exists. Please provide a unique username and try again.
Cool.
Probably not the best thing to tell the end user, but I think in this case our end users love developers, so they will understand what's happening.
Well, no, I mean that's pretty like explanatory.
Yeah.
It's like, please provide a unique username. Yeah. Try again.
I really like this extension, Michael. This is really good.
Yeah, that was the gem.
Yeah. The gem of today. I wonder, there is no way to change them, is there, Michael? Like get the response from one and use it as an input for another?
Oh. I guess you'll have to find out in his video tomorrow.
I'm not sure.
He's going to do a lot of research now.
Yeah.
Because that will be in the video tomorrow, right, Michael?
I can't promise.
That sounds good. Cool. I think that's us for today. Any final thoughts?
No, I think it went well. It was good. I think.
Yeah. I think just by learning about this tool, I think is gonna it's gonna be such a good.
Yeah, I think it kind of like sped things up too, instead of like going to Postman, the whole nother
Exactly.
and all those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It seems interesting because everything seems to be converging into code and is becoming this Swiss knife. And at what point it'll become so slow? They'll be a bit like the Java clients, the Java editors. It's IntelliSense, is that? I'm thinking the right thing. No,
IntelliSense is what gives you
IntelliJ.
IntelliJ.
Yeah,
That's the slow one. So
I don't know. I don't use much of it. I use IntelliJ on my work laptop. It's not too bad.
Cool. That sounds good. How is everyone in the chat doing? Hope you had a good a good session. Thank you very much for hanging with us for the last 2 hours or so.
Appreciate y'all. And then again, make sure to follow the channel because you have a lot of other amazing shows.
Yeah, one coming up in a couple hours.
Yeah, in almost an hour. Yeah.
That's gonna be super cool. Like building a learning platform. That's especially now with everything going on.
Yeah. So it's in about an hour UK time. So yeah, make sure you join. And it'll be interesting. It'll be video APIs. So changing gears a bit.
Nice.
Awesome.
Michael, you got something coming up, right? Or
Tomorrow morning we have mistakes were made.
It's not in the calendar.
it's not on the calendar. And it's not a thing,
Then
man.
maybe we're not.
I saw a ticket, so you definitely have it in your
If
calendar.
it's not in the calendar, then I'm taking the morning off.
Give
What are
me
you
10
working
minutes and it'll be in your calendar.
What are you working on, Michael, tomorrow?
What's that?
What mistakes will be making on?
Oh, there'll be lots of mistakes. If you're asking what project we're working on, heck if I know. Yeah, Jason says maybe mistakes were made. When are we getting mistakes Twitch emotes? Actually, this account isn't an affiliate, so we don't have subs and emotes. They should have like a brand account level, like not affiliate, not partner, just something that could do emotes.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to like get revenue.
You mean like a verified thing or something? Or
Yeah, something that lets you do emotes and the things that affiliates and partners do.
So wait,
We don't want people to sub because we don't want
So what? Wait, I thought what? Okay, what are emotes? Emotes are just like the little
emojis in chat.
Just little icons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
then,
you can only get them if you're an affiliate.
so
The
then,
custom ones.
so customs. Okay, because I was like, I see little icons all
Yeah,
throughout.
yeah. So like those two emotes are like the emotes from my channel.
Okay.
So you'd have to be a subscriber to my channel to be able to use those emotes.
Okay.
Some emotes are free, but you can't upload custom emotes for your channel unless you're an affiliate or higher, and that's where it doesn't make sense because you don't want.
Yeah.
And the only way people can use those emotes if they're subscribed to your channel, but that costs $5.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense to do that. Anyway, yeah.
That seems like a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, there should be brand accounts that are just,
I think they probably going to have that at some point, but I think Twitch kind of grew organically from a community of kind of gamers, and they had other things. So they don't really cater for brands at the moment. So probably that will change at some point. But yeah, that's a very good point. Cool. And then we have some more stuff for other week. We have a local hour of Yulia. I think she's doing Zapier this week.
Nice.
And that's on Wednesday. And then on Thursday we have Lauren Learns Things, and Diana is the invite. So that will be really good.
I think we should have a drinking game where, I don't drink, but we should have a drinking game where
water. You can drink water. Yeah.
When Diana is on a stream, how many times does the baby?
Oh, the counter, for the baby counter.
Yeah, how many times does she do the baby cry?
Yeah.
Or have a global counter for the whole channel. So no matter who is streaming, up in the top left is a little picture of Diana's face with a number. I'll let you know how many times the baby has cried across all the streams that week or something.
Sounds like a good counter to have on the entire Vonage kind of platforms.
Yeah. Ravencross, thanks for the follow.
No, thank you. I just forgot to put this, the Chrome around our stuff. So if you want to get 10 euros credit, you can use that voucher. I forgot about it. I should have put it on, but I switched between different things and I forgot. So there you go.
Build something cool and show it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Cool. In that case, thank you both. Have a great week. Enjoy the other shows. Don't forget to tune back in an hour to see Noreen show us some video stuff together with her guest, Hector. Luke got a new candle, apparently. I think Luke is following in your steps, Michael.
I'm burning a candle right now.
As long as you don't burn it at both ends, you're good.
It's a little hot, but warm tobacco pipe.
Nice.
It's actually about time to blow it out.
Cool. Let us know what you got, Luke. Yeah.
Elderberry fig.
Sounds like a recipe for a good evening.
It sounds like a sweet candle.
Yeah. Amazing. Cool. Thank you both. I'll see you next time. For now, have a good week. Enjoy January and stay safe more than anything.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good one, everybody.
Cheers. Bye.
See you around.